Greetings. This is Matt Aiello, Technical Marketing Engineer with the Cisco Cloud Networking Compute BU, and we're back with another Intersight Managed Mode Expert Series video. Today we're going to talk about the scrub policy, one of our IMM server policies. So with that, let's review a few slides, and then we'll move on to a very short demonstration. We are actually up to 41 total server policies that cover both IMM and standalone C-Series servers. Of those 41 policies, the 9 highlighted policies you see on the screen are the policies that apply to only standalone C-Series servers. So the other 32 is what the focus is of this particular series. And of course, the topic for today is the scrub policy highlighted on the screen. So let's take a few minutes and discuss the scrub policy. The scrub policy will allow a quick erase of the local disk and also reset the BIOS back to default values. Okay, so the big use case here is server re-provisioning. Not so much security, but server re-provisioning. This quick scrub of the disk will assist customers that want to install alternate operating systems or change the form factor of the local disk. Sometimes there's undesired behavior when you try to use a server that had a previously installed operating system, some artifacts OS left on the disk. So this will greatly assist in providing a clean, almost like factory reset experience to install a new OS. Much like the scrub policy and UCS Manager of old, this scrub will overwrite the first 200 megabytes of the disk and the last 200 megabytes of the disk. Okay. The scrub will actually occur when you've attached the policy to the server profile or server profile template. And then when you do a detach of the server profile from the server, that's when the scrub kicks in and takes place. So the scrub will automatically handle the downloading of the host software utility to FI cache. It will perform the necessary mount operations and reboot of the server to the HSU and then perform the scrub. All this is automated, so it's completely hands-off aside from creating the policy and attaching it to the template or server profile. And it's well documented in the workflow. So lots of details there. You can watch it, but after you've probably watched it the first time, you'll be accustomed to just letting it run. Okay, just a couple more bullets here. This policy is only applicable to IMM servers, so FI attached servers. Standalone C-Series servers will have a separate action to perform a scrub, but it does not leverage this policy. As far as operations, you simply create the policy, attach the policy to the SP or the SP template, okay? And then when the SP is detached from the server, the scrub for workflow will take place. It will kick in. So technically, there's no deployment of any kind of policy change down to the endpoint. Unlike most other policies, you attach a policy to a server profile, then usually you have config drift, and then you deploy that change down to the endpoint. Not so with this policy. There's actually nothing to deploy down. You're just simply assigning the policy to the SP or SP template, and then later, if you detach the SP, the policy kicks in by downloading the HSU and then doing the vMedia mounts and booting to the HSU. So consequently, there is no config drift calculated for the scrub policy. And I also want to point out that the scrub policy, please don't confuse that with the secure disk erase, which is a server action. It's not a policy, it's a server action. Okay, that is a comprehensive, extensive, secure erase of the disk that can take hours, if not a day plus, depending on your drive configuration, how many drives, how large the drives, etc. And as with all IMM expert series videos that focus on policies, I like to show a graphic showing the relationship of the policy to its server profile template or server profile. And as you can see here, it's a simple attach of the scrub policy to the template or to the individual server profile. So nothing embedded. Okay, so here we are in Intersight for a short demonstration about scrub policies. We're in infrastructure service, we're in policies, and let's create a policy. I like to filter on platform type, so I'm going to select UCS server for server policies and then click scrub. You'll want to make sure that you pick the correct organization and provide a meaningful name. Click next. By default, both disk and BIOS are disabled for the scrub policy. I'm going to go ahead and enable both. Again, basically performing a factory reset on the disk and also on the BIOS. Click create. Okay, we can see our new policy here. Now I'm going to go to my profile. I'm going to work with just an individual profile, not a template. So I've taken this profile, I've unassigned or detached from the template. The first thing I want to do is show the behavior. This has already been assigned to a server, deployed to a server. So let's go ahead and unassign the server to get this pop up here. This is your normal message that's presented if you have the server powered on and you have a profile attached. Okay, and then of course you have to confirm that you know this is going to cause disruption. Okay, so just keep this message in mind. This is the normal message. Nothing changed there. But now let's go into this server profile and actually add the scrub policy. So I'm editing the server profile. I'm stepping forward to compute configuration. I'm coming down here to scrub. I'm going to select that scrub policy I just created. I'm going to advance at least one screen. That makes sure that it's saved. You do not have to go all the way to the summary, but of course you can do that. I can simply close here. And you'll notice that there's nothing here about inconsistency. So again, the scrub policy is not a policy that participates in config drift. So you won't see anything here. But when you go ahead and try to actually unassign the server with the scrub policy attached, now you're seeing a second banner message here, okay, because of that scrub policy being attached. You're still going to have to confirm and then unassign. Now, I've done this prior. It takes roughly 30 minutes or so to perform that operation. I would say it's about average. It can range from anywhere from 25 to 40 minutes usually. Okay, but mine was somewhere around 30 minutes. If you go to Intersight Help, particularly in resources where you have the configuration guide, and it tells you about the different policies. There is a section here on scrub policies, and it does give you some different configurations and approximate time it takes to do it. But again, somewhere between 25 and 40 minutes, okay, as a general gauge. I will say that this policy, treat it like a powerful tool, okay? You're only going to attach this policy to the server profile when you need to do a scrub. And then when the scrub has completed, make sure you detach this policy. Take it away from the server profile. You don't want to forget about it. You don't want to leave it there. You don't want to clean up one server. You move the profile to another server or use the same server. You build out that server, but you forget you had the scrub policy attached to the profile. And then subsequently you disassociate for one reason or another, okay, or you unassign for one reason or another, and then you accidentally scrub the server. So use it as a tool, okay? You use it for a specific use case and then take it away. So do not leave the policy attached. That's my guidance. Don't know if that's an official Cisco best practice, but that will keep you out of trouble if you follow my guidance. And with that, that completes our demonstration. And that completes today's video on scrub policies. Hope you were able to pick up a few pointers along the way. Stay tuned for more Intersight Managed Mode Expert Series videos. Thank you.